Doki Doki Literature Club, a beautiful little indie game released near the end of 2017 revolving around cute anime girls, high school endeavors, and blooming romances. Wait, what was that? Oh right, forgot to mention the psychological horror. I mean seriously, Dan Salvato had the perfect formula for this. Trick people into playing your game with pretty girls on the poster, add a free price tag to that boy, scar players mentally after a couple hours of gameplay, and if anyone tries to sue you, they can't, cause the disclaimer was there all along. Game is game. DDLC was an instant hit when it first released. Young me played it by not really playing it, but watching some of the countless gameplays on YouTube. However, it was when DDLC Plus released in 2021 where I actually played it on my own grounds and oh boy, it was a late night, I had made some popcorn, and embarked on my endless spiraling down towards emotion ocean. But you may be wondering, oh Knife-Eye, how does this game even start? Well, after a long day of work, you lay on your bed and sulk over the crippling loneliness you have. But then remember, you're a 21st century teenager and video games exist. So, you get on your desktop and see a game called DDLC. You don't remember buying it, but recall the Steam summer sale ended a couple months back, so maybe you bought it on impulse. You open the game up and are greeted with...
Well, that's f***ing ominous.
But most importantly, girls. Maybe not real ones, but hey, we're not too far out from this happening. You start a new game and...
MC!
Oh lord, who could it be now?
Obviously me, you dingus!
Don't call me that.
Finally decide what club to join? You could join mine.
No, I think I'm good. Kinda busy, you know? Life and stuff.
There's cute anime girls.
Say less! So we start off strong by meeting your supposed childhood friend. From the small introduction you get with Sayori, you immediately notice she's a very peppy and upbeat character, trying to get you involved in a club and also flat out says that your happiness is important to her, giving you the sense that she's a very caring and empathetic person. After some more feuds after school class, you enter the literature club reluctantly and are introduced to 3 other girls. Sexy purple guy, pink squeak.
Are you real?
And I guess I should give one to Sayori. Pop-Tart. The gist and only playable part of the game per se is to make poems for the girl you want to woo over. This depends on your own persuasion, of course, so if you like someone cheery, lovable, and clumsy, you'll go for your childhood all-time best friend, Sayori. If you like goth/emo girls, you'll go for the shy, timid, and reserved Yuri. If you have terrible taste and like uptight, whiny, and tsundere type girls, you'll go for Natsuki. And now you wonder why I'm only mentioning 3 or 4 girls. And that's because Monika doesn't have a route. Well, kind of. After some more chatting in the club about poems, Monika has the bright idea to make everyone go back home, make a poem, and present it to show and tell the following day. As I mentioned, the gameplay is the poems. You don't write one flat out, but you get to choose what words will go in your poem. Depending what words you pick will make you pursue your girl and spend quality time with them. The indicator that you've chosen the right word for a girl is a cheer from one of the little drawings of them on the notebook, which, may I add, is really cute. But if you notice, Monika's cute little drawing isn't there. Foreshadowing? I don't know, we'll see. I should probably say who we're playing as too. Here he is.
Who the fuck is that guy?
This hunk of a man I showed is the actual concept art for the unnamed protagonist. However, we didn't know that until DDLC Plus released. So, for some years, modders used this twink as the main character. I kinda like him, so we'll say this guy's canon. Starting off with Sayori, writing a poem for her will make you have some friendly banter about her carelessness in getting ready. Showing off this image. Yeah, I know, it's a lot to take in. Going for Yuri's route though, will make you have a nice chat about a book she's reading and have some really adorable interactions that lead up to you sitting alongside her and just, oh my goodness, it's so damn precious. Funniest thing about making a poem for Yuri is Sayori's reaction to it.
Alright, let's take a look here. Oh my goodness, this is shit! Step up your game, MC, or poem privileges are revoked.
Natsuki's, on the other hand, has you talking about the hit manga series Parfait Girls. You know, I'm not one to read manga, but Parfait Girls is hitting harder than my dad right now.
I know, right? Their fun adventures could keep me sitting here for, of course you would be interested, Baka. You don't have to be too enthusiastic.
But you were the one that... this girl is gonna be the death of me. That's pretty much what happens on day 1 at the literature club, and let me just say, if it weren't for the warnings at the beginning of the game, you would totally get enveloped in thought that this is just a dating simulator. The personalities of the girls, the bubbly music, and the occasional dilemma here and there make you completely forget of the subtle hints thrown at you of the unnerving things to come. which granted are definitely more noticeable after you play through the story once, but subtlety is the name of the game in these first segments. After some more awesome poem writing, you go back to the literature club to try and riz someone up. You could A. Go to another classroom with Sayori and look for supplies to get ready for the festival. B. Stay with Yuri in the classroom, drinking some tea and reading a book.
You know, MC, I'm glad you decided to read this book with me.
Hey, don't sweat it, Yuri. The tea you made pairs perfectly with it.
Thanks. I can write down how to make it if you'd like. You have a pen?
Oh yeah, I have one in my backpack.
Man, speaking of pens, my weird ass could not work at a pen making factory.
What do you mean by that?
Or C. Help Natsuki with her Parfait Girls collection. I say help, but it just kinda turns into whatever the hell this is.
Jeez, that Monika, I swear. She's gonna crack my neck if she keeps on putting the manga on the top shelf.
What's up, Shorty?
I really hate you right now.
Don't hate the player, hate the game.
What game?
I'd like to mention that in the second day, taking Natsuki's route really makes you appreciate her a lot more. You start to uncover her whiny facade to the point she even cries in front of you. Really hits me in the feels. I still consider her the worst out of the 4 girls, but that's not to discredit her at all. She's way deeper than what her mask entails. At the end of the school day, Sayori's interaction also gives us a glimpse into what you feel are insecurities she might have. One can only wonder what she's hiding. You also start to notice Monika becomes more active in each interaction, showing off signs of jealousy and sometimes dangling in clues of what comes in the future. Adding to her Yuri nature, she has this thing called Monika's writing tip of the day, speaking to you, the player, rather than the character.
Monika's writing tip of the day. Always keep in mind that if your team is losing to a Winston, switch to Reaper. He's a great counter to him.
Alright, day 3. Sayori's acting a little off. She's not being her usual self. It raises concern in the club room, but you ultimately dismiss it and start sharing today's poems. The background music is beginning to distort with the occasional cut. Something's wrong. Monika's talking with Sayori in the corner. My guess is that she's cheering her up.
Hey, Sayori. So I heard you were feeling a little down. Wanna talk about it?
Not really, Monika. It's complicated. I don't know if I'm in love or not.
You? In love? Well, I never.
Not just me. No, I think MC is in love with me too.
With you? Don't be ridiculous. Take a hard look in the mirror. You think someone could fall in love with that?
Well, maybe. You don't have to be so mean.
Oh, Sayori. I'm not mean. Just realistic. Trust me, he's way out of your league. Don't even try pursuing an ultimately fruitless dream. Your efforts will be in vain. He won't reciprocate your feelings. You're just wasting everyone's time by doing so. Now come on. Be useless elsewhere and share your poems. Alright, one more thing.
And I just wanted to give you the chance to
After some more chatting, Monika distributes work for the festival, giving you the choice to help anyone in the club with their given task. Monika at this point is really involving herself with the game, trying to sabotage relationships with the other club members and trying to persuade you into going with her to help for the festival.
Skip. But when does this game get fucking good?
So on Sunday, one day before the festival, if you choose Yuri to go help out, she'll come over to your house and make some decorations, and I guess some finger licking? If you decide to go with Natsuki, you'll help her make some cute cupcakes. So, how old did you say you were?
Oh, I'm 14.
Alright. Whoa!
FBI, open up!
What I haven't mentioned is that before spending time with Yuri or Natsuki, you check on Sayori. This scene genuinely makes me feel sad. It's disheartening to see Sayori confess about her mental health and watching her say very hurtful things to herself. It's a tearjerker, that's for sure, but even more so after spending time with one of the girls. She goes over to your house at the end of the day and tells you even more of what she feels. The truth hurts, but love hurts more. Even the most apathetic person would sob at this. You don't know how to act, so you say, I love you. You go your separate ways, as a couple now, and await tomorrow's start of the festival.
tomorrow.
Huh, Sayori's taking longer than usual. Maybe she went to school early to help Monika. I should get going.
Oh, MC, how's it hanging? You're the first one to be here. I'm surprised you came alone.
Huh? I thought Sayori was here actually, helping you prepare the decorations and such.
No, I can do it on my own, silly. Shame on you for not coming with her then. After yesterday, you kinda left her hanging, you know?
What do you mean?
You know, after hanging out with her yesterday, you expect for you two to come together.
Yeah, I think I'll go look for her then.
You do that. I bet she's dying to see you.
If it weren't for hindsight, a lot of things Monika says fly straight over your head. I'd say it's hidden in plain sight, but it's not even trying to hide. Like, look at some of the shit she says throughout the first act. I would hate to see her get herself hurt. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. It would be terrible if something bad happened to her, so keep an eye on her. Despicable stuff, Monika. Let's continue though.
And that's Malibu's finest. It's a great story. Bullshit. But great. You should seriously consider becoming a screenwriter. What in the actual
Okay, I'm sorry. That's the only joke I'm making about that. This right here marks the turning point for the story. Remember that psychological horror tag? Yeah, it's in full swing now. To have all that build up through love and friendship just end like that, it's horrifying. Death is a concept that's thrown everywhere, but to see it like this, even if just a video game, it's hard to process. The song Sayonara pairs nicely with the scene, in the sense that it adds to the disruptively unnerving nature. After that, the game ends. It somehow restarts though, and what the hell? Who are you? Did the other three girls just magically fuse Steven Universe style? Don't pull that pippy shit on me, Dan. You start the game again, but things aren't adding up. Hieroglyphs into text bubbles, even more glitchy music, and who's that? Well, your childhood best friend, of course. It's... This, my friends, is considered Act 2. Pretty much a restart of the game, but without, you guessed it, Sayori. The game doesn't know how to process itself without her, so there's the occasional glitch here and there. In Act 2, it's apparent that Monika seems more interested in you than in the first act. She's the one who invites you to the club, she's the one that persuades you to stay, etc. However, you can still only choose between Yuri and Natsuki. For day 2, even more distorted things start happening. Monika downright phasing through the text, images being zoomed in, black outlines to words and unskippable text, music picking up pace and being off key here and there, which, as a guitarist, really rustles my jimmies and makes me fidgety. But that being said, it's amazing. The eeriness is palpable in the air, nothing seems like it should, your presence and everyone else's seems off. Everything is going down south.
Monika's writing tip of the day. Always remember to use minis before using your big pot. That way you'll get 100 shield.
So Monika decides to take things into her own hands after the feud with Natsuki and Yuri, which just, yeah, bad things are coming. But on the bright side, Monika.
Come over here and kiss me on my hot mouth. I'm feeling romantical.
Next day after your poem making, it's like nothing ever happened. Natsuki completely forgets about yesterday's debacle, and Monika is still Monika. I decide to spend some more time with Yuri, and just like in Act 1, she goes outside for water to make some tea. She takes longer than usual, so you go look for her. Neat little detail is that when you go outside of the club room, the music is muffled, signaling that it's only being played on the inside of the room. Adds to the creepy atmosphere. In the corner is Yuri, sobbing in pain and revealing herself to be covered in cuts on her left arm. Returning back to normal. You show your poem to everyone else, and Monika, well, is still trying to sabotage the other girls, blatantly making Yuri look bazoinked out of her mind. In the middle of the day, she explicitly tells you if you can hear her, speak to her, listen. She's cut short, but at the end of the day it happens again. Wailing to you, desperately sending signals that she just wants to talk. Her distraught expression grows bigger as the day comes to an end, fading into black, and... Look, poem time! What I haven't talked about really is Yuri and Natsuki. Yuri is usually a fan favorite for obvious reasons, but she's genuinely a good character. In Act 1, her going to your house and everything that ensues in there makes it seem like you two have a connection, like if you were already in a relationship, having that cute, timid trope. I can see the appeal to her. It's simple but effective writing. As for Natsuki, the best word to describe her is misunderstood. Not going through her route only shows the stereotype of the bossy and needy pick-me girls, but if you decide to choose her, she's very deep, just wanting to be loved, understood, and accepted. Hell, there's even signs and theories that her dad beats her for Christ's sake. That alone justifies her exterior personality. It's a self-defense mechanism. In Act 2, Yuri and Natsuki are affected by Monika, have it be directly or indirectly. In my playthrough, choosing Yuri, Monika directly affects her by possessing her, changing what she says, exaggerating minor personality traits, and for poor Natsuki, she's left to fend for herself as two of her friends seem to be dissociated with reality. With desperation, she even turns to you, the player, wanting to have things back to normal, trying to have what she once knew back. Happiness has ended for her. For everyone. Once again, wonderfully meticulous writing. On the second day, you get a strange sense of deja vu. Yuri starts to confess to you in a way, expressing how she feels when you're around and how she feels strange when Monika is present, wanting to have a perfect reality with you. It's supposed to be intimate, something between the two, but you're not alone. You never are.
Okay, festival preparations and stuff.
Yeah, let's just get it over with.
I'll take MC with me for help.
But you haven't even been told what to do yet.
Oh, and you have? You're just gonna make your dog shit cupcakes and stand proud at your measly 5'2" looking ass. Go back to your cave and read on Attack on Titan. You're not worthy of MC's help.
I'm scared.
Damn. Did I put Yuri on 20 mode? Ah, shit. I did.
Things start to get real. A poor defenseless Yuri, being puppeteered by some crazy evil, starts going insane. Her filter turns off, all signs of humanity start to fade from her eyes, her obsession towards MC runs rampant in her mind. All she can utter is demented love. The question is, do you reciprocate? Do you fan the flames? You don't want it to get worse, so you say yes. Is it a mistake? You'll never know. There's a saying that the only thing certain in life is death, and to Yuri, it's come prematurely. I can't show off what happens for apparent reasons. She just offs herself, brutally. Laying on the cold hard floor, you stick by her side throughout the weekend, day in, day out, watching her lifeless eyes sink deeper and deeper into her sockets.
28 stab wounds.
If you happen to take Natsuki's route during Act 2, well, if I had to put it in a Koryax Kenshin clip,
I just, broke my neck.
In my timeline though, Monika deletes Natsuki and Yuri at the same time, fades to black, and boom. The mastermind in all her sinister glory sits in front of you, with no one else to interrupt. You bastard, Monika. I'm aware that the other three are just part of the game, technically, but you still tortured them emotionally, manipulated every inch of their minds, and led them to their undeserving demise. And even after all of the demented stunts you just pulled, I still think you're best girl. Bitch, you're lucky you're cute. Now, before I start the next purge in the comments section, I'm not disregarding the bad stuff she's done. It could be the mommy issues talking, but I digress. Come on, her going through all the trouble because she loves you, it's got some sweetness to it, you know? I'd be lying if I said the Monika After story mod didn't persuade my choice, but I'll leave this conversation for another video. Either way, Monika, you're a terrible person and the other three deserve better. Fuck you, I hope your whole family has a nice Christmas. After some guilt-tripping, random and awkward conversations, you're stuck listening to her endlessly. The picture-perfect ending. No one to interfere, no one to intrude, just Monika. Wait, right, this is a game. You pull a fast one on Monika by Alt F4ing and delete her entirely from the game. Boom.
Victory.
Finally, you begin anew. Just without baby girl. Everything is gonna be smooth sailing from here. But oh wait, Sayori pulls a golden Freddy by being the one Monika shouldn't have killed and starts telling you how she knows everything.
I was the first. I have seen everything.
But in the distance, from the shadows, Monika saves the day and gets play of the game by deleting every single thing.
Yeah, that's right, Pop-Tart. I'm like MC's guardian angel. Killing you again will be the easiest thing I enjoy.
Alright then, try me. You can't kill someone who's already dead inside.
What's going on?
Trust me, the more you ask that, the more confused you'll get.
And just like that, the literature club ceases to exist, as the root of all evil stemmed from that very classroom. Nothing to be seen again. This ends for all of us. And communication. Oh, Monika's still here. One last goodbye to her and everything you grew to love. Finishing with a nice melody. Yo, she's actually killing it! That marks the end for Doki Doki Literature Club. What a ride it has been. A game that pulls on your heart and brain strings and is unforgiving when it comes to messing with your emotions. There is so much more I could have talked about, but I began to realize that throughout the last acts, a lot of things could go differently. There's an immense amount of secrets and rare scenes that make every playthrough distinct from the other. I highly recommend you play the game if you haven't. It's a work of art and one of my favorite experiences in gaming by far. I didn't go through the side stories because I thought it would take away from what I had envisioned for the video, so if this does nicely, I'll make another one covering those in this same goofy format. Thank you Dan and Team Salvato for making this great and one-of-a-kind game. All of us who have enjoyed what you've made are grateful. And thanks to you, person watching the video, for sticking all the way through. It means the world to me. As one last thing, I'll show some pictures of my experience when I first played DDLC Plus back in like 2021. I wasn't kidding when I said at the beginning of the video that I spiraled down towards Emotion Ocean. One thing is seeing gameplays, and the other is actually playing it on your own terms. I had a little debate with my friend Eclipse on who was best girl. Monika versus Yuri pretty much, and a video was made out of it. Take a look.
Objection!